Okay, this is the second tutorial on how to use the Track 4 software. This time I'm going to use it in conjunction with the screen, and I'm going to put in the numbers which have already come, and I started with the 21, which you can't see it there, but I wrote it down on my paper because I want to get in as many numbers as I can. So I have 21, 18, 18, I have 23, 33, 21, 29, 33 again, 34, I have the 16, the 12, the 34, the 36. Oh boy, I got a crossing already. I got to get that bet real quick if it doesn't go away. Now what I have a crossing on right here is the 1 versus 2, or 1 versus greater than 1, and it's probably going to go away the very first time. The number that hit was a 29, and it did. See, it did not last. Usually these crossings right here, like this 5-4 crossing, they usually do not last because you have 28 numbers out here that are fighting against you. Any one of these 28 numbers that hits, which is what just happened, the 29 just hit, and it went from, did I put in the right? Yeah. Wait a minute. No, the 1 hit. Oh, that would have been a winner. Oh my gosh. That would have been a winner if I'd have got there a split second sooner. I thought it was the 28 hit, but it was a winner. That's why you got to get there quickly. Which one hit? Oh gosh, that gripes my soul. The 29. See, we missed that crossing right there just because I didn't get my bet down in time. But anyway, what I was saying, that usually doesn't happen. Usually one of these 28 numbers hits and changes it. It'd change it to a 6-4. Oh, that grieves me. That would have been such a good hit. That would have been only 5 numbers bet. But we didn't get that, so we have to wait now. Now, Winkle talks about gambler's intelligence. I don't know what it is. Now we hit the 11. Let's put the 11 in and see if that does anything. I doubt if it will. Okay, look, that makes another 5-5 crossing. Maybe we're going to get a reprieve. Okay, so I'm going to bet the 5 numbers of the 1, which are the 11, 12, 16, 23, and 36. Okay, I'm betting these 5 numbers. This is my crossing, 5 versus 5, or it could be a 1 versus 2. Right now it's a 1 versus greater than 1, or 1 versus 2. And the chances of this happening twice in a row would really, really be astronomical. I'll tell you, it'd just really make my day if that happened. But what I was saying about gambler's intelligence, I don't know what it is, but sometimes if you listen to this dang wheel, it talks to you. And sometimes when you log on and you just miss a bet like that, it's almost like the wheel is saying, it's just not your day, buddy. You better just turn around and go back. So now we had the 29 occur. We'll put in the 29 and see what happened. And that's that same number it hit just a minute ago. So now we have still the same crossing. 29 is hot right now. So we will rebet that. We'll try it again. We're betting the 1 versus greater than 1. And I look out here, I don't see anything out here that's close to a crossing. Oh, that grieves me. So if I'd have just been 5 seconds, well, not 5 seconds, if I'd have been 2 minutes quicker, I would have got that crossing, because I would have bet it, just like I'm betting this one. Okay, what I'm wanting to happen now is one of these 5 numbers, 11, 12, 16, 23, or 36. I'm betting a 1 versus either 2 or 1 versus greater than 1. Let's see if we can get a 36 or something like that. That'd really be nice. That looks like a 15. Okay, that's a 15. So we'll put in the 15. Now, I have a 6-5 crossing. Even though I got a hit, 5 to 5 is a crossing, and 6 to 5 is also a crossing. So what I will do now is rebet, and I will put in the last number that hit, that 15. So when it comes up for me a chance, I'll hit rebet, and then I'll put in the 15, and I'm good to go. But as I was saying, there are times when this tracker, when you look at it, after you've looked at it as many hours as I have, there are times when it just won't look right. Sometimes this number 1 line will be way out here and the others will be down short. And it's like you're battling then against all these 1 numbers. No matter what you do, you got all those 1 numbers to go against. Or it can be the 2 can be out here, but it's usually the 1. He comes way out here about where this 25 is. But you learn to look at the numbers and say, okay, this one is it's just hit once in a row. It hadn't hit 4 or 5 times in a row, so it's not that bad a bet when the time comes. What is that? 32? That's not a winner either. Okay. We'll put in the 32. Now we lost our crossing. It went from a 6 to 5 to a 7 to 5. So I burned about $15 on that. Didn't get anything for it. And that's what sometimes I think about gamblers' intelligence. It's almost like the wheel. If you listen, the wheel will talk to you. And so many times when you make a mistake, or when you, I don't know how to say it, when you just see that things are not going, nothing is going right, no matter what you do, it's not going right. A lot of times I will have a bet on the number 7. Okay, that'll be one of my numbers, and it'll hit the 28 or it'll hit the 29. And the 7 is right between the 28 and the 29 on that wheel, and you think, how in the world could it do that? There'll be other times when I'll have a bet on the 28 and the 29, and the 7 will hit, which is right in the middle of it, and you say, how can it miss both of those and hit that 7? But it'll do it. If this happens to me 2 or 3 times in a row, I get the feeling that it's just not my day. You know, it's just not a day that's going to work for me, and I will just go away and come back some other day. Now I just hit the 9, so let's put that in. Okay, now again, the 24, we're not going to be concerned with this 0 column for a long time, but let's look at the 1 and say, is there a 7 or an, I mean, this is the 1 column is what I mean. You look at that number 8, you look out here to the right and you're looking for a 7 or 8. No. Out here you're looking for a 3 or a 2. No. Out here you're looking for a 1. No. So we don't have any crossings. And the other day I logged on. I wasn't on but just maybe 10 or 12 spins after I started getting crossings, and everything I hit worked. I mean, every crossing I bet, and I went up over $100 in just about 4 spins. And it's like, okay, it's probably not going to get any better than that. You might as well pack it in for the day. Then I had a day yesterday, what's what I call my seesaw day. And Mr. Chips pointed this out once before. When you get these days where you just go up and down, up and down, up and down, the next time you get up, you might as well quit because you're going to go down again. Okay, we got the 21 that time. Let's see what that does. Okay, still that doesn't... okay, that gives us a crossing. Look at this. We have a little tiny crossing, a 3 versus 2. So I'm going to bet the 3 numbers on the 2, which are the 18, 30... oh, that's not the 18. Mistake. 18, the 33, and the 34. Now you will notice I did not take that off. I didn't take that chip off yet. Always bet your numbers first, take off your mistakes second, because you can always stand 1 chip mistake. But when you get a hit like you did a while ago, and I wasn't there to collect on it, that just really makes for, you know, a bad trot. Now I'm only betting 3 numbers. I'm on the 18, the 33, and the 34. And you know, it's pretty unlikely that one of those are going to hit, but I have them hit all the time. And a while ago we had one with only 5 numbers hit, so you know, it's certainly a possibility. And look at that. Look at that. The very first spin. Oh, that's not it. I thought that was 18. That's a 24. Got me excited for nothing. Okay, so we will put in the 24. My eyes are getting bad. I can't see much of anything anymore. We'll put in the 24 and we'll see what that does. We still have that same crossing. So I'm going to hit rebet real quick so that it doesn't get away from me. Okay, I got my bet down. Now let's look for potential crossings for just in the future. We have a 9 to 5. That's 4, so that's not going to happen anytime. It's going to take 2 spins to make that happen. Here we're still on our 3 to 2, and that's it. So, boy, I thought that was 18 a minute ago. I've looked at the screen so much that sometimes it just gets blurry, and they've changed this new wheel, which is the Starburst. It's got that gold ring, and half the time I can't see the thing. I can't see. It's so much harder to see than the old one they had was. Hello? Okay, we got the 2. So let's put in the 2. Okay. So that made it 10 to 5. See, that's getting further away because we had a hit out here. But we still got our 2 versus greater than 2 crossing. So I will rebet that when the time comes. If the time ever comes. Okay. There's that. So we're not close to a crossing here with the 1 versus greater than 1. We have that crossing. Now if we got a hit right here, we'd have a double crossing because this would become a 1, this would become a 1, and we'd have the 3 versus 2 and the 1 versus 1. So I would bet 4 numbers then instead of the 3 I'm betting. But we've got these 22 out here in the 0 column, and remember 0 is always going down. It's either staying the same, it can stay 22, 22, 22, because you can get a hit here, it'll stay 22. You can get a hit here, it'll stay 22. You can get a hit here, it'll stay 22. The only time the 0 changes is when one of these 0 numbers up here gets hit, and then it changes. Let's see if anything good happens here. And it looks like they hit the 2 twice in a row. How about that? So we'll put in the 2. Now that ruined the crossing because now it went from a 3-2 to a 4-2. So we have no crossing. But we have a potential crossing here in the next. You could have one bet here. This would become an 8. This would become a 7. So we're going to be watching for a hit on the 1 column to make a crossing. And we have no crossing, so we have no bets. And see that very first crossing that I missed may have been my signal that you should not be betting this trip. You know, that to me it's almost uncanny how the wheel can speak to you at times, or it seems to. I know that's not a possibility, but it certainly seems to happen. And a lot of times these repeat numbers, like when you get the 2, 2, so many times when I start getting a lot of repeat numbers and they're going against me. Now there are times when the repeat numbers can go in your direction because you will have a hit in one column and it'll create a crossing, and the exact same number will hit the next time out and it will cause you to have a winner. But they can also go against you. And when they're going strongly against me, I take a close look. Okay, we hit the 8 there, so I'm going to put in the 8. So that did not make a crossing because that was one of these numbers that hit. One of the 0 line hit. It created a 10, 6. We still have nothing to work with. So we sit and wait and hope for something good to happen. Okay, I'm probably belaboring the point, but I'll do it again. You always go from the number, I guess this is a primary number and this is a secondary number or something, but you go from the number that has no greater than sign. It always goes to a number to the right of it. You could have a 1, 2 crossing. You could have a 1 greater than 2 crossing. You could even have a 1, 3 crossing. It doesn't make any difference as long as there's something out here that is a 9 or a 10. That's a crossing as far as I'm concerned. Now, it may be a primary crossing or it may be a secondary crossing, but it's still a crossing to me. So, okay, what did we hit? We hit the 10. Okay, so we'll put in the 10 and see if that does anything. Nope. That was another hit on the 0 column. See, it went from 22 to 21 to 20. So it has hit twice in a row. Here, when it was 22, 22, it did not hit. And then it hit the 21, it hit the 20. Now, when Winkle speaks of gambler's intelligence, he talks about this going from 22 to 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and all of a sudden a crossing appears where you would have to bet on these numbers right here in the 0 column. You have to ask yourself, that thing is hit 5 or 6 times in a row. Is it going to hit again? Well, who knows? I mean, it may and it may not. It's just something you have to weigh. And sometimes there may be another crossing out there that you might want to opt for and say, well, instead of betting that one, I'm going to bet this one and see what I get. But even though it's gambler's fallacy, these things that have hit several times in a row tend to hit less in the future. Okay, we got a 25. And there again, now we've gone 22, 21, 20, 19. So we've had 4 hits in a row. Or 3, I'm sorry. It went 21, 20, 19. So that's had 3 hits in a row. And we still have nothing out here. After a while, you'll just be able to scan this with your eyes and the math in your head will just pop into place. Like if there were a 12, 11. It's just like, I've looked at them so many times that they just jump into your head. Probably because I'm talking now I'll miss one, but you know, that usually when I'm just here playing by myself and it's quiet, they're very easy to see. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, we got the 7. There's again. It's gone from 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Now it's hit 4 times in a row. Now we're coming up on a crossing here, and this is the leftmost crossing. We have a 18, 13, which is 5 numbers apart, so that's not going to happen within, it'd take a couple more spins. But say we had another number hit here and it went 17, 14, and then we had another number hit and it went 16, 15. Well, that'd be about 6 in a row. Then you just really have to ask yourself, do I want to bet on that thing to hit 7 times in a row? And it's, like I said, it's gambler's fallacy, but it's just something that you have to kind of weigh in your, you know, in your decision-making process. I messed with the track 4 there. I got to be careful. You don't ever want to mess this track 4 up, because if you do, you just have to start over, and it's a bummer. Okay, let's see what number we get here. That looks like the 23 from a distance. Yep, 23. Okay, now it did not hit. We had another one hit and it was the 1 column. See, it went from a 13 to a 12. Now, hello. No, I'm doing something on the computer. We're going to be recorded, whatever we say. No, I sure don't. Bye bye. Okay. I was going to say something before the telephone interrupted me. I was going to say, these numbers, any of them in the 1, the 2, or the 3 column can go either up or down. Now see, this went down a minute ago because it hit. When it hits, it goes down. There were exactly 13 numbers in the 1 column. Now there are exactly 12. If we get a hit in this 1 column, this will go back to 13 because there will be exactly 13 numbers in that column. So, and that is the 25. So let's put in the 25 and see what happens. Okay, we got another hit on the 1 column. Now we're getting closer to a crossing here. One more hit right here. This will go to 10, this will go to 9, and that'll be a crossing. But if we get a hit here on the 18, now see, it's missed twice in a row. If we get a hit on it, this will go to 12. This will go to 17. Now the 17, when this reaches 17, this is what I used to call the virgin crossing, because it is the first big crossing. It's always the first big crossing. It'll be out here. And it'll be like 17 to 16, or it can be 17 to 17, and there's some rare occurrences that well, right now it's 18 to 17 if you want to calculate all of the numbers. There have been 11 and 8 is 19, so it's 18-19 right now, so that's not a crossing. And there's a greater than 0, which I don't use, and Droidman actually wrote it out of the program for me. But if you add the 1 and greater than 1, that is equal to greater than 0. So okay, we got a 26. Let's see what that does. Okay, now that was a hit here. See how it went back up? It was a 12, went down to 11, went back up to 12. It can go up and down, up and down. Now we're at spin 30, and we're going to start getting crossings here in a few minutes, because you can't get to spin 50 without having an opportunity for several crossings. Now we have a potential crossing right here, which is probably going to happen very shortly. There's only 3 between this 8 and this 12. So if I get a hit on this 1, that will become an 11. The greater than 1 will become a 9, and that will be an 11 number bet. So we'll see if we can get a crossing there. The 2 versus greater than 2 would take 2 hits, because if you got a hit on the 2, it would become a 5, and this would become a 3. 5-3 is not a crossing. It must be either 5-4 or 5-5. Okay, let's see what our result is here. That's 28. Okay, let's see what happened. That did not make the crossing. The reason why is because this number hit, the 0 row, the 0 column hit, and made this go to a 13. See, that 1 can go all the way up. I mean, you could just start getting a pot full of hits on this 0, and that 1 could go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It could go all the way up, and that's bad when that starts happening. That's where you just say, okay, this, I need to jump back, because I'm getting all my hits in one area, and that's not good. Now we don't have a possibility for a crossing here, because 13 and 8 are 5 apart. So we have to wait. But now it's 16-13. If this gets a hit, that will become 15-14, and that's a very real possibility. So I've got to be prepared right now to bet the numbers in that 0 row up here if I get a hit on it. And this would be okay, because you don't have a whole bunch in a row here, and that looks like the 33. And that didn't do it either. So now we have a 5-3. See that the one that just hit was a 33. It went from a 2 to a 3 column. So now we have a 5-3. Now this is very good here. We've got two 16s in a row. If we get another if we get a hit now on this, it'll be a single hit. It'll have only hit once in a row, and we can bet for 15-14. That's what this would be if it gets a hit on that 0. It'll be 15-14. If we get a hit here, this will be a 4-4. This will go to a 4. This will rise to a 4. Remember, your greater thans are always rising or staying the same. If somebody's got to get hit. In order for the greater than 1 to rise, the 1 must be hit, because everything that is not exactly 1 is greater than 1. So if we get a hit here, this will go to 9, but it never goes backward. The greater thans are always staying the same or rising. And we got the 24, which we already had that once, so let's see what that does. Okay, 16, 12, 12, 9. This is kind of a strange trot. We're not getting any crossings. The next available crossing would be if you get a hit here. Now see, that's just what happened a minute ago. See how it's rising? It went 8, 8, 8, 8, and it rose because you got a hit on the 1 column. This can never go down because you can never unhit that 1 column. It's been hit and you can't unhit it. So the greater than 1 will always be 9 or greater. Now the potential crossings we have right now, we don't have one here because that's 4 apart. This would have to hit twice. It would go 15 to 13, then it'd go 14, 14. But here they're 3 apart. If we got a hit, here they're 3 apart. If we got a hit here, this would go to 11, this would go to 10. This is a potential because it would go to 5 and this would go to 4. So, and then in 2 spins I can be betting both of those. Now we just got the 32, which is going to cause something to happen surely. Okay, that caused a crossing. The 1 versus greater than 1, 11, 10. So I got to bet the numbers of the 1 row. So that is a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that's just 2 crossings. 2 streets. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16, 26, 28, and 32. And I always check my sums. 11 is what I wanted. I wanted 11 numbers on the number 1. Now this is okay. It hit the last time. It's going to have to hit 2 in a row for me to win. But, 11 numbers, it can hit 2 in a row. So let's see if we can get a winner here. Can't see what it is. It's a 7. That's a winner. That's a winner. So now we put in the 7 and we see what happens. See how it went from 11, 10 to 10, 11. That's a crossing. I'll clear my bets so I don't lose my money. Now then, I started at 11.52 and I'm exactly at 11.52. I'm right back where I started from. So I'm going to quit. And the reason I'm going to quit is because, believe it or not, that first hit that I missed, I'm using that as a barometer of how this trot's going to go. And I had said to myself when that happened, if you get back where you started, quit. Because I don't know. I can't explain it, and I know it makes no sense, but it certainly seems to me that there is something to it. Now, of course, I'll probably have all kind of crossings, so I'm not going to look at them. I don't want to see them. I'm going to show you the results. I'm going to bring it over. Well, I can't bring it over here. Let me open the results chart. Okay. This is the results chart. It prints that on Notepad, as you can see. And after so long a time, you'll have your little scroll bar over here where you can scroll down. But if you want to keep these results, you have to rename them, because on your desktop it'll just say results. Now I name it the date or whatever, but I do not just let it go. I keep them all as a rule. Now I want to show you what happens when you put in a wrong number. I'm going to minimize the notepad, and I'm going to bring the tracker back up, and the 32 was the last number to hit, so I'm going to put in that 32. Yeah, that wouldn't have made a crossing either. And the 6 came. Let's see if that makes a crossing. Oh gosh, the 6 makes the 11 to 11 crossing. Oh gosh, I'm going to go ahead and bet that. It's a 1 versus greater. I'm going to bet those 1 numbers. I'm going to risk $11. Bet those 1 numbers. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16, 26. 28, 36. Okay. Now I'm going to put in a bad number and take it out just for fun to show you something on this track. I'm going to put in the 6 like I'd put it in twice and say, uh-oh, I put that in twice, I'm going to take it out. So I hit the -2 and that takes it out. Now I want to show you what that did on the results on the notepad. Well, it's not going to do it unless I reopen it. Boy, I hope I get a winner here. When you do that, it will say the above was erased. See how you got 2 6s there? Okay. I did not get a winner. That's the 5. Put in the 5 and see what that does. Okay, that changes to a 12 11. So I'm going to rebet, and I'm going to put in the 5. Rebet them, put in the 5. Now since this is an 11 crossing, I can bet it 3 times, because 3 11s are 33, and that's less than 36. Of course it's 12 now, but I can still bet it 3 times. So I'm going to hope for a winner now and see. Now we've just had a dealer change. I don't know if that is Brianna that left or Brianna that's coming, but okay, we're betting the 11 numbers, 12 numbers, the 1 versus greater than 1 crossing. This is a potential crossing right here. And here, if we get a hit on this, this will be 13, 13, and that will kill the cross, kill the one I'm betting on. So let's see what we can do here. No, that's a 27. That's not a winner either, I think. No, that's a 13. Still not a winner. Okay, so we'll put in the 13, and that's exactly what happened. It went from, I lost my crossing here, now it jumps to the 0 number. So now I have to put in the 0 numbers. See what I can get. 0, 1, 3, 14. 17, 19, 20. 22, 27, 30, 31, and 35. Okay. But I wanted to go back to that results chart and show what I was talking about. Come on, come up here. Anytime you make a mistake, when you go back and look at your results, he doesn't erase it. He just says above was erased. So you have to remember that that's what that means. Okay, I'd like to get a winner now. I'm going to have to stick with this now for a while to get back to the black side of the ledger seat. And usually if I go down 50 or 60 points, $50 or $60, you know, I get the impression that, you know, it's really just not your day. You need, you know, okay, what is that? That's the 13 twice in a row. That's the double number I was talking about that kills you. Just kills you when you start getting those double numbers. Because see, if I'd have been on the ones like I was a while ago, I'd have had that. So I put in the 13. Now I have this monster crossing. Look at this. I have the 13, I have the 0 versus 1, and I have the 1 versus 2. Now, this is where you have to just decide what you're going to do. And what I'm going to do is stick with the same horse, because I've already bet this one once, and it's a crossing here, and it is a secondary crossing here. It's a primary here and a secondary here. So rather than jump back to the ones, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the zeros and hope that I've made the right decision, because you never know. And a lot of times on these two crossings, now if these had appeared before I had already bet this one, I would not bet them. But since I've already bet this one once, it just seems like experience has taught me every time you jump off it and jump on something else, you're going to lose. So let's see if my decision was right, wrong, or indifferent. It was wrong. No, wait a minute. It was wrong. That's a 12. Same bet. That one would have hit. The 12 would have hit. See, things are not going my way now. They've turned south on me. Okay, I bet that one more time, and that's going a little over the line, because 313 is 39. But I've reached the point now where I have kind of messed up in what I'm doing. You heard me say a while ago that if I got back to 1152, I would quit and walk away. But that's one of the things I need to learn to do, is just turn the computer off and walk away. Because see, now I'm going bad now. That's a 25. I'm on a losing streak now. And I still have that same 13. It's not going to hit. So now I have to sit here and try to get my way back to that 50 some odd dollars. And I can't just keep betting this crossing. And chances are good it's going to hit now that I don't bet it, because that's usually the way it happens. When you don't bet it, it'll hit. So all I can do is sit here and take my lumps. Now another thing I've noticed is when you start missing your larger bets, like from 13 up to 16, 17, you start missing those. It's usually a time, for you to pack it in. Okay, see, that was the 33 that came, and it did not make a crossing either. Now, I'm tempted to bet that again. In fact, I'm going to, because after they've missed once, a lot of times they'll hit. So I'm going to bet those 0, 0, 1, 3, 4, 14, 0, 1, 3, 4, 14, 17, 19, 20, 22, 27, 30, 31, 35. Okay, I'm going to bet those 13 numbers again. That's going to take me down to $1,080. And if I don't hit this crossing, I'm going to have to quit because I have messed up here. I have messed up royally. I should have quit back there at 11:52. And that's kind of what I mean by the wheel. Seems like the wheel talks to you if you listen. And why isn't she spinning? Why is she just sitting there? This is alright. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Now this, in just a minute, that video will just go lightning fast and it'll catch up to real time. Or not. I think I've lost my internet connection. Well, I just went to 11:16, so I must have had a hit somewhere. What happened? I don't even know what happened. Well, if that doesn't just make you... I have to log out. Log back in. Well, this is a bummer. This is so indicative of seeing a mistake early on in the going. Not necessarily a mistake, because I didn't get there in time to bet that. If I'd have got there in time, I would have. But it seems like if you get there just when the door is closing, it's not going to get any better. Now I'm going to log back in and see what happened, but I don't know. I don't know if we lost the internet connection or what. Well, it won't log back on. Well, so what happened while I was gone? The 30, there's been 3 numbers come. The 17, which was a winner. I had a winner on that 17. That's why that thing went to 11:16. And then the 12 came, and then the 24 came. And I would have a crossing right here, but I didn't get here in time to bet it. And I have a crossing right here, so I didn't get to bet either one of those. All because the machine decided to take a hike on me. So let's see if either one of those win. But I was right on my decision a while ago when that 13 missed, and then I bet it the second time. I'm still way below where I was, but I'm a little better off. Okay, what is that? That's the 28. So we'll put in the 28. See what happens. Nope, that I still have those crossings. I'm going to bet them. Okay, I'm going to bet the 0, 1, 3, 4, 14, 19. 0, 1, 3, 4, 14, 19, 20, 22, 27, 30, 31, 35, 35, and then the 2, 7, 13, 2, 7, 13, 18, 23, 28, 34, 28, 34, just got it. Okay, that's 19 numbers, and that's a little more than I ought to be betting. But what I'm betting is the 0 versus 1 and the 2 versus 2, or the 2 versus greater than 2. And if I miss these two both, that's going to be as much bad luck as I've had on this trot. If I miss these two, that's going to be my signal to take a hike, because it's just not working for me. Okay, that's the 7. Okay, so I got that. So I'll put in the 7 and see which one it was I got. Okay, the 7 was this double crossing out here. I mean, not double crossing, the 2 versus greater than 2. So I will clear my best, and I'll put in the 0, 1, 3, 14. 0, 1, 3, 4, 14, 19, 20, 22, 27, 30, 31, 35. Okay, so now I have 12 numbers down. I have the 12 numbers of the 0 versus 1. This is very good. Look at this. Look at the 12s. That has missed 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You count the number that changes. When it changes from 13 to 12, count the number of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's always one less. So that has slept for 4 times. That's 48 numbers. 4 12s is 48. So I have a really good chance of hitting this. And that, we hope, is gambler's intelligence. Let's see what we got here. I sure would like to redeem myself. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Number 27. Number 27. Is that a winner, or is that a winner? Now we put in the 27 and watch what happens. Because this, no, I'm sorry, I spoke out of turn. Okay, 11, 12, okay, we have no crossings. Let's see where that puts me. Oh, look at this, boys and girls. I'm back up. I'm $5 ahead. I am quitting. I am out of here. I am gone. Adios. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it.